Back on the right stand with the focus back on Tamil Nadu, because even as the DMK has intervened into the entire freebies debate, its finance minister has waded into controversy one after the other. He just seems to have a penchant for not just shooting from the hip, but more importantly, making utterances that are detrimental to the image of the country. Two, he's also challenged the courts and made utterances which the courts have taken cognizance of. But more importantly, he's undermined the feeling and the impact that India has over the world as a democracy. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is championing the cause of democracy and using India as an example to say democracy works. And here we have that Mr. Pannivel Thiagarajan has gone to the Oxford, and on 16th of June 2022, he's turned around and said that India currently is another colony, not under the British, but being run from London, but being run from Delhi. That's what he's turned around and said. Clearly, not surprisingly, there has been a huge political furor with the BJP taking umbrage. And this is what Pannivel Thiagarajan versus the centre. Now, this is where he has stepped and he's been dabbling or flirting with controversy in the recent past, ladies and gentlemen. Let's try and understand what all his utterances have been. It is Pannivel Thiagarajan versus the centre on the 21st of August as far as freebies is concerned, saying if the PM gives, it is from the hand of God, anyone else it's bad. It is bad freebie. There is nothing like bad freebie. Freebie itself is bad, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we should look at freebie. Freebie itself is bad. Then, I am outperforming centre. Why should I change my policy for you is what Mr. Thiagarajan says. Just about a year ago, he said that the Tamil Nadu situation is so bad, it's beyond repair. And he's been called out again by Sanju Verma, who's an author on the book that is Modinomics, and who's called down the financial pressures that Tamil Nadu as a state has. Now, on freebies, I am outperforming centre is what he said. Then 20th of August on India miracle, it is today under threat. That's what he has turned around and said. His own state right now is becoming a hotbed for radicals and pan-Islamists. We've put out that story, but he's pushing out a judgment, a value judgment on India per se itself. On federal structure, Raj 2.0 run out of Delhi instead of London. This is a comment he had made back in June 16th, on the 16th of June 2022, but he's pushed that out again, re-endorsing that comment. And now we've just got news coming through. The state president of the BJP, Annamalai, has hit back with an open letter where he said, from a common man without a double PhD or a Nobel Prize who knows that 1% of 1.4 billion is not a million. In a detailed letter, the BJP has pointed out that p.t.r. is wielding his sword in an empty room without honouring any of the flagship poll promises. The letter also stresses where Annamalai says that India today is an Atmanirbhar nation under Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and asks the Tamil Nadu FM to understand the constitution and devolution of federal powers. He's also written here very clearly that we are well on our way to a Raj 2.0 out of Delhi instead of London is what he has said as a badge of honor for someone who has not contributed effectively to this nation building, speaks much as who has forgotten what his party's ideologue stood for, has to be reminded. Thiru Pannivel Thiagarajan Avargal should grab a few history books, not those written by his partymen, and should clarify who wanted the British to stay back, who supported the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, who begged the British to control Madras presidency from London, and who was deeply devoted and loyally attached to the British Raj. Will the unwilling participant care to answer? India is a sovereign nation, he writes, free from its colonial clutches. Today, India is transforming into an Atmanirbhar nation under our Honorable PM, Narendra Modi. And I am sure Tamil Nadu Finance Minister will find the time to read the Constitution to understand the devolution of powers and that federalism should not be construed as becoming autonomous. The centre intervenes on subjects on the concurrent list, and be reminded that you have taken an oath to perform your duties as per the Constitution and not as per the principles laid down by your forefathers who wanted this country to be divided. Clearly alluding to the letters and the statements made by E.V. Ramaswamy Nayakar, who was trying to engage with Muhammad Ali, saying that Muhammad Ali Jinnah, saying that with the partition, let's try and separate Tamil Nadu also, but Jinnah rejected that outright. Those utterances are again documented in history. But is the Tamil Nadu minister undermining democracy is the question that we ask. Colonial Raj jibe is the hashtag. It's a straight face